Okay, this is kind of a continuation from my last video where I am talking about building creative decision making, and I need to keep making my color palettes, doing my color studies, staying motivated to do that. So that is what we are doing today. Well, it's evening. What is your favorite kind of paint? I have been using this Kiritaki Gansai Tambi paint, and it's been great. I want to keep using it. And I recently found an amazing Daniel Smith paint that I really, really like. And I've gone down this rabbit hole. Y'all Daniel Smith paints now. So I'm kind of getting into that. Here I just mixed alizarin crimson with black. Let's mix a little more black in there and see what happens. It's too much black. Let's see. Okay. With that alizarin, it makes like this really deep purple. It's actually really pretty. It's a really, really deep purple. I'm doing some color studies to rework my dream art submission submitted to the International Association on the Study of Dreams. They had a dream art call for art, so I submitted for that, and got accepted. And the conference is next week, and the opening for this virtual art exhibition is next week. And I want to keep working on the themes, from this, but I also want to rework the images. The other thing, and I had wrote myself a note to do a video on this. When you submit to an art exhibition, you're responding to a prompt, you're responding to some language, a theme. And so when I was sitting down thinking about this rework, I'm like, okay, well, I was responding to this call for art, to that theme. And now, let's see, I'm gonna do white. And now, I'm reworking it. So what is the story that I'm trying to tell through the rework, right? Because I'm not responding to this call for art anymore. I am just continuing the theme. So I plan to do a video on storytelling, continuing to build the story. And the theme or the subject are elephants. Elephants on the moon. And gotta figure out what these elephants are gonna be doing on the moon. What am I trying to depict? So I am doing mixed media color palette studies right now. Down here, I was working through textures. I'm still working through textures, but these are kind of the beginnings of working through texture. And then looking at the colors here. Um, so that's what I am doing. Let's see, the last question I asked was what's your favorite paint right now? Because I've been using the Kuretake Danzai Tambi, and then recently started, I got this Cascade Green, and this is a better picture of it because that one I put color pencil on top, but I really like this Cascade Green. Can you all see how granulating that is? It's so pretty. But it's called Cascade Green by Daniel Smith. And so I started looking into more Daniel Smith colors and have completely fallen in love. So let's see. I want to mix this with a green for some reason. I just want to try it. So I'm going to be, the next color I'm going to get for Daniel Smith is called Rose of Ultramarine. Gonna get this Rose of Ultramarine, and still thinking through like light, mid, and dark tones. And so if I go, well, no, I'm getting Rose of Ultramarine because that color is just so pretty. But I'm not sure if like I prefer analogous colors, like to think about what colors I'm gonna get next based on what's next to each other on the color wheel as opposed to like complementary. And put this pea green in here. Let's see what happens when we do this. Um and so if I when I get the Rose of Ultramarine, the next color that Daniel Smith has that's kind of like right next to it is called Naphthalide Maroon. But if I go with kind of like the analogous color kind of setup, it would be Rose of Ultramarine, Imperial Purple, and then French Ultramarine. So I'm thinking about that. Let's see. I put green in that one. It just muted it a little bit more. And then this one, I put black in, and then this one has white in it. This isn't really a good range, but I am seeing what adding black and white does green right now. So we'll see what happens next. The next thing that I want to do though is, am I done with This alizarin crimson. So that is like my ramble on paint right now. Um, I've also been getting into acrylic gouache. I've got some Holbein and some really pretty colors. Um, and actually really like to put watercolor and gouache together. Um, I really like these textures, and let's see. I really like this background. This beige red marker, and then Potter's pink. This Potter's pink smushed into the beige red marker. The marker is it's a watercolor marker. So I just put some water on there, smushed it out a little bit, and then put this Potter's pink paint on top. I really like that as a background. Okay, that's good to know. Let's see, this is those watercolor markers. Kuretake watercolor pens, actually. Those lift up with this. Okay, it's not picking that up. Okay. I really like chunky markers. And I am leaning towards this background. I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna redo it one more time. Jeez. I do that every time. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. sorry. Okay. Let's redo this background here because I really like that. Let's do that on a larger scale. This dries so fast. Yep, and wet it so we can remove some of those initial circles. Okay. And now I'm going to put some of this Potter's Pink Potter's Pink Kuretake in these spots where I can see it starting to blossom already. Because when it dries, it almost looks like clouds to me. Have y'all ever been outside and the clouds are like this cotton candy pink? And like orange, but more pinky like cotton candy. That's kind of what I liken it to. There's something very comforting about that. I think my light is really bad. I don't think maybe what y'all see is doing it justice. Maybe that's a little bit better with the light situation. Stop. A few videos back, I do have this pink too. And this is a watercolor marker. This, that watercolor marker goes with this right here really well. This is Rose Matter Deep. But I think those are two, actually, those go good with this highlighter that I have down here. And then I've got some of this unbleached titanium Liquitex marker on top of it. Let me stop moving y'all around because that's when the thing will fall off. Don't lift that up too much. I was trying to think what else, what other tool am I really obsessed with while this dries? I mentioned the Daniel Smith paint. Um, Let me see. Oops, sorry. The other thing that I am really obsessed with, I love Holbein color pencils right now. I really love those. Do y'all use color pencils in your work? If you do, what's your favorite? Um, oh, this is the other thing that I have. Actually, y'all see that? This is a oil-based opaque metallic paint marker in rose gold by Deco Color. I think this will look pretty too on top. Let's see. Let me bring y'all back. It's like that pop of metallic color. It has like a chisel tip on there. It's probably really hard to see it right now. Let's see. Maybe, oh, maybe on this dark one up here. Might be better. So can y'all see that? Maybe a little bit better. Again, I'm still kind of playing around with like texture, building texture on the page, and how to do that with my materials. I really like this actually. That might be really nice on top of this background that's drying. Okay. I think I revisited. Um, so this is like my reference for how I started everything. And I did not like the colors that I put on here, but that is very helpful information. And, you know, when people talk about like ugly art and things like that, you know, again, that's all a part of the process, right? Like I know from that what I really like, and it's this background, so that's why I keep recreating it. Um, this one, and I like the alizarin crimson on top of this, and then adding like little bits of black to the alizarin crimson. I think it's the best way to go with building more texture on top. So these color studies have been very helpful for me to understand what I like on top of each other. Also, kind of seeing the range of, what the colors can look like with the black paint added into it. So I plan to redo my elephants at some point, um, probably tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and share like this process with you all. This is gonna dry, and then tomorrow I'm gonna come back and just do it again. Yep, I'll do it again because I want to keep figuring out like water control. Also, I'm gonna use this background to continue to do mixed media palette color studies and texture studies, right? Because I also want to incorporate this oil-based opaque metallic paint marker more because I really like that metallic rose gold. Um, so that's my plan. And I'll see you when I come back.